guys, welcome back to another special edition of Bulls in a Bar. Today the Bulls go on the road. We're down here at Java Joe's at 1 Corbin Street in Bradford. Boys, we were going to go starting at bars, but we already have a partnership here with Java Joe's. All the boys come down and have coffees all the time down here, so we thought this would be an awesome place to start.
Yeah, so it's a really good little spot as well, isn't it? It's easy to get to. And coffee, outstanding.
Good coffees.
An Aussie, loves a coffee.
Yeah.
Loves a coffee.
Coffees are very good here.
Yep. Finished man before we even started filming, so yeah, it is that good.
First topic, boys. Let's talk about the West Wales game.
Yeah, it one of them, you know, everyone were talking it up because obviously York put 144 on them, saying, oh, come and beat it, we need points difference because we're 60 points between us and York. But I think the boys handled it very well, you know. It was quite professional. You know, we stuck to structures, we did his job, we scored points, and yeah, top of league now. So yeah.
I think a lot's been sort of made of you know, I've seen a few tweets knocking around going, you know, should they be in the league and all this kind of carry on. But I think every team sort of goes through that. They've got to go through a stage every team goes through an ups and downs and all this carry on. But obviously this is a big downturn for West Wales. But I don't think they should be booted out of the league by any stretch of the imagination. If you look at, say, Cleveland Browns in the NFL, they've won a game for 2 years. Yeah. No one's saying they should be booted out of the league. You know, they have to build. Every team has to build, don't they? I'm a Portsmouth fan. We went down Nick in the League Two and ran our way back up. Now look at Sunderland FC right now. There's loads of teams go through the peaks and troughs. But I think
even League One, Newcastle Thunder in our league now. They've just
York City Knights nearly went bust over years. So
if it weren't for the West South Wales end, we wouldn't have Dalton Grant, would we? So
exactly. So the thing, like, although it's a massive downturn at the minute for him, you've got to think the only way he's up, and I think we just have to keep supporting him. Because I think they're going to dual reg with Halifax now, haven't they? So you know, they're going to get a few players there, and they're going to, you know, hopefully rugby in Wales is on the rise. I think this is just a real low point for him. Fingers crossed.
100%. Lucky we got him just before Halifax helped them out a bit because York would have been lucky to get them points and then run away with it a little bit.
100%. Now, at the West Wales game, if you were there, you may have heard the Tannoy guy, announcer, announce about 7 different records that this man broke. Yeah. So, how did it feel to break all those records?
He was calling my name a lot, but it was so loud, like I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought it was just for goals kicked, or I don't know what it was, but yeah. Something pretty special, wasn't it? It's not something that you go out thinking that you're going to do. Actually, one person did think he was going to. On the way to the game, Jai Hitchcox calls me and says, "Do you know that the record for tries scored in a game is 6 for Bradford?" I said, "Shut up, Jai. You're not going to score 6 tries. You know, in that game he got 0. How many did you get?"
I got 1.
You got 1. You got 1. He got 0 as a fullback. I got 2 as a fullback. Got 0. So some of us rock up thinking we're going to break records, but
mate, at one point when I think you just kicked a goal to whatever record it was, like either Yeston Harris or
Yeston Harris,
and he turned to me and went, "What did that guy say?" I went, "Oh mate, I think he just broke a record or something." He went, "Oh yeah, sweet, yeah, sweet."
Yeah, no, it was good. It did feel good, but hopefully the records stick around for a while, I guess. Boys, this week we got London Skolars. Previewing the game that we done last night, they seem pretty decent. They've had some good away performances.
Yeah, I know a lot about Skolars. You know, Jermaine is Jamaica coach, who's Skolars coach. We've got obviously Omari, Lamont Bryan, Michael Brown, Vinny Finnegan. A lot of lads I've played with before. And, you know, they're big lads, physical sides. You know, and they can go with best of teams for first half. I think the way they've struggled is you know, fitness on that. So I think when we get them on Odsal on this big pitch, you know, hopefully we'll get round them. But yeah, it's going to be a tough day at office for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think you know, they ran Doncaster quite close, and then Donny ran away with it in the last 10 minutes, didn't they? So again, they're going to turn up as well. Do you know what I mean? So every team's going to turn up against us this year. So we've got to expect best they can throw us.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Omari Caro, the big man returning back to Odsal. Big fan of all the boys. We love him. He's always getting a real good bloke around the club. He's got a lot of friends up in this team. But is it time to go get him?
Well, yeah, it's always going to be time to get him in. You know, boys, you enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends, you know. I've missed him since he's been down south, so it'll be an emotional day for me.
Yeah.
He's going to be opposite. He's going to be opposite Smithy, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
there's polar opposites there, isn't there? Yeah, that'd be a good little battle. That.
Yeah, definitely. Two of the greats going up against each other.
Yeah.
This week we've got a young debutant, Rowan Mills. Real good little player. During pre-season, absolutely killed it. I was speaking to him in the showers. I said, mate, you'll get a game this year. Definitely, you're doing too well not to get a game. Awesome to finally get an opportunity for the young fella.
Yeah, no, I watched him against London, and he looked well. He played with us pre-season. You know, he's looked quality. I think Minnie will be happy that he didn't have to play half. You know, and I think Rowan showed enough promise that John can trust him at half.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Happy days.
A very, very cultured left foot, like Ryan Giggs, like yourself, that cultured left. But no, I think he's a cracking young player, and I reckon he'll go real well. I think.
Yeah,
100%. Good partner for you, isn't it?
Yeah, can't wait to play with him. It'd be good to blood him in, and hopefully he gets a few more games this year. Boys, the 19s. Speaking of Rowan and the team that he's been leading around the park, the 19s had a good little win over London, which we got to watch before our game against Wales.
Yeah, I watched it all the way to end. I don't know if you boys think John told you to get out of the sun, but I were all right, No, but I watched it. It come down at wire, and London had some boys who played for their first team, and then 19 showed up well. So 19 reserves, everyone's going well. So it's good for club.
Joe Keys' little brother played.
Yeah, Keys' little brother.
Yeah, they go real well, 19s. There's some good players, like Ollie Wilson. Ollie Wilson won the Player of the Month as well, didn't he? So he's going really well. There's loads of them going outstanding. So more than merrier, they're going real well.
Exactly. Hopefully get a few more debutants throughout the year. Boys, did any of you watch that game last night? We're talking the Featherstone Hull FC game. It has to be spoken about.
I missed it, so when I see it on Twitter, all these yellows and reds, I went looking for highlights of. I've seen some shots and something. I'm gonna go watch that game today because it looked interesting. 7 yellows, 1 red, and there should have been more.
To be fair, what got me is, I think, although everyone moans that this sin bin rule doesn't get used enough, and then all of a sudden, referee uses it and everyone moans. So I feel sorry for referees at times when I'm not playing because they can't ever win. You know what I mean? But
we were talking about this earlier. He needed to give them.
He had to give them so much more. It'd have been like a Royal Rumble by the end of the game.
Yeah, 100%. It kicked off properly twice. They missed the punches being thrown. Is punches being thrown still yellow cards these days?
No, I don't think it is. It's not on automatic.
It depends.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't ever throw a punch, so I don't know.
To run away from geese.
Yeah.
But there's another.
Runs away from geese.
Boys, there's another game. There's another Challenge Cup tie tonight. Lee versus Salford. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm saying Lee. And it might be a good indicator for the end of the year. I'll back Leeds to take the other one underdog.
I'll go Salford. I just reckon I've got a couple more players in there who have been about a bit. They've got a bit more quality in there. But obviously Lee are a fantastic side in Gwyn. They're going quite well. They obviously had a bit of a slow start, didn't they? But they're going real well. But I'll give it Salford beat 4 points.
Yeah,
which leaves you with the deciding goal. So this determines who's going to win tonight.
It'll be a draw. It'll be a draw. There we go. More talk about, this is my favourite one, I want to talk about this topic. Let's talk about scrapping the £1 million game. I think it's got to go, but how else are we going to really relegate and promote teams?
Yeah, it's one of them things, I do radio show Wednesdays, 6 or 7, Pulse 2.
Loves the floor.
Nah, but we have Aaron Barrow, who's independent Rugby League journalist and League Express, and he was saying Sky. I don't think we'll get rid of it because Sky don't want to get rid of it because that's the biggest viewing figures for Rugby League over the whole year. £1 million game gets watched by everyone. So I think it'll be difficult for them to try to scrap it. But it's one of them things. If we want promotion relegation, players are going to lose contracts if they get relegated. It's finding the best way to do it. So I don't know.
100%. I think. To be fair, I don't even know. I'll be honest. I think it's got its pros and its cons. Obviously, it's good for the fans. Obviously, because it's tense. And look at Gareth O'Brien over here when he slotted that 1 pointer over, which is fantastic for tension and all that carry on. But then, it's a double-edged sword because the other team is going to lose out on money and potential contracts, and these blokes have mortgages, don't they? So
100%.
it's not like football where we can retire after and not have to work again. Whereas these blokes, we have to earn as much money as we can in an average 12-year career. So I do feel sorry for them, but at the same time, I understand where the fans are coming from in the sense that.
Because there are teams that want to get up, aren't there?
What's your view? Because you wanted to talk about this. What's your...
I don't know. If Sky want to make so much money off it, why don't they fund the players when they lose their contracts or something? I don't know. Honestly, that's obviously something that won't ever happen. But to be able to watch every year, because it's happening so regularly now, one team is getting dropped and teams are coming up because there's so much quality. I just watching players crying after games and being absolutely shattered because they've just had a 3-year deal go straight down the toilet. I reckon it's a bit too much. And we've got enough mental health problems going around with men lately and over the last probably decade. It's the last thing men need, last thing anyone needs, and partners on both sides of the park. I reckon it's a bit too full on, but it is good to view.
It's almost too life changing, isn't it?
It's full on life changing. I'm saying it happen.
Yeah, it's one of them. What I know, because when I've been doing it on radio, what Sky was saying is, if we had the old promotion relegation, players find out they're losing the job 3 weeks before instead of on the day. So they're saying, what's the difference between 2 weeks or on the day? So
if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, isn't it?
It's going to happen, innit? If you're going to go down. I mean, you might have an extra month to prepare, but it's one of them things. I feel it needs to move to a push for Championship to become a full-time league. So there's 2 full-time leagues, and then League One be the development league.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of teams have the facilities to be able to go full-time, but I think push for 2 full-time leagues. I think that's the way to go. But
100%. But in saying all what we've just said, hopefully where they're getting promoted at the end of the year.
Yeah,
so. If we would go up in £1 million game, I'll walk up.
I won't be complaining.
I know what you mean though. It's one of them. It's a grey area.
Yeah.
Oh, boys, this week we're almost done here. One last question, and it's obviously a fan question. How much stick has George gotten since the Doncaster game? No one can let it go, can they?
He's got a lot of stick. He had to turn off his Twitter and his Facebook and all that. His social media. He's been getting it from everyone. I know a few of his cousins. They've been texting me and stuff, but. Against West Wales, when he were show it ball around before he nearly put it down, he nearly stepped in touch again.
I thought he was about this far.
He was very close.
So he nearly did it again, but thankfully he didn't.
I ain't giving him out. Bookers Union.
Nah, he's your boy.
Not giving him anything. There's no need. You know what I mean? We all make
mistakes. It was done ages ago. He's made up for it. He made up for it in that game.
Exactly.
He set up a try, scored a try. He makes up for it. He can find the line.
He can't find the line. I only took him for 1 game here, and then he just shot 7 more tries since then. So.
I know, he scored way more than me, so I can't say anything. Alright guys, that's it from us here at Bulls in a Bar. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you get down to Java Joe's and come get yourself a coffee at 1 Corbin Street down in Bradford. Be expecting a phone call. All the bars that got in touch with us on Twitter and Instagram, we'll be giving you a call the week of the time we're going to come and film. We're usually going to try and get down on a Thursday or Friday to do some filming, but we're dead keen to get out there and get in the community and do some filming and promote your bars. Thanks guys.